Hello everybody. Welcome to the first episode of this new season of XCOM Enemy Unknown. It will be played on Classic difficulty with Ironman mode in effect. Beyond that, there will be no endgame weapons. What that means is that beyond lasers, the only other option allowed will be the light plasma rifle. As for the base location, the commander has decided to go for the extra credits offered by Africa rather than the narrower benefits that the other locations have to offer. And without further ado, we join our squad of 4 rookies on their way to face what appears to be almost certain death at the hands of alien invaders. Obviously, we hope that all of the seats on the Sky Ranger will be full on the way back to the base, but there's really no telling what will happen, which is exactly why you viewers at home won't want to miss even 1 minute of this life or death drama. And with their feet on the ground, they waste no time getting behind cover. We're told that at the XCOM program's training facility, that's drilled into them until they practically hunt for cover in their sleep. And that done, they keep eyes sharp looking for any sign of alien activity. The soldiers are all set to move deeper into the construction site. Let's head out to our science correspondent to explain what they expect to find.
Got something over here.
Alien life on Earth. We're witnessing something never before seen in recorded history.
Thank you, Dr. Valen, for putting that in perspective for us. But it looks like neither human nor alien is rushing forward to greet each other with hugs and universal signs of friendship. Instead, the soldiers are hunkering down behind the best cover they can find, and we'll see what kind of response the aliens give momentarily. At this point, the aliens have decided to move in for a closer look, and soldiers more or less decide to do the same thing. Rodriguez leads off by heading in towards the scoop and is promptly greeted with a blast of plasma fire. I'd say any lingering doubts about the aliens' intentions are pretty well dispelled at this point. So Rodriguez does what any trained soldier would do. She takes the shot. And obviously the rookie has a little bit of stage fright going on because she had him at point blank range, flanked, and couldn't pull it off. Thanks to Rodriguez's stage fright, there's a very live and very dangerous alien sitting practically on top of the whole squad. So Romero steps up and says,
Out of the game.
and that done. Took just a couple of minutes to go from the first instance of seeing alien life on planet Earth to seeing the first alien death. That's a moment we can all be proud of. And turns out, aliens don't really appreciate you killing their partners any more than humans do. Or maybe he just is here to kill the soldiers no matter what happens. At any rate, his aim wasn't up to the challenge. Cook checks to see what kind of shot he has, and it's not bad, but it's not perfect either. So he checks in with Romero to see if she can back him up with a grenade if need be, and it turns out she can. So there's no harm in going ahead and taking the shot. And he lines it up.
Start keeping score.
Nailed it like a boss. Well, for those of you scoring at home, that's 2 of the 3 that we saw that are down for good. But that leaves one very dangerous alien unaccounted for, so the team goes on Overwatch to be prepared in case he shows his face. And speak of the devil, there he is. But it doesn't take him long to prove he's no fool. He sees what happened to his friends and he scurries for cover. Cook moves forward to see if he can get another flanking shot, but not this time. This one was a little bit more cagey than his partners were about how he positioned himself. So the rest of the squad moves up to the best positioning they can get. And I think they're basically hoping they can wait him out and he'll expose himself to an easier shot. But once again, what we see is that this alien is no dummy. He's behind good solid cover, so he just takes the shot. Fortunately for the home team, his aim wasn't quite good enough to do the damage. And the soldiers are in kind of a rough spot here. The reality is none of them have a good angle to take a shot, and none of them really have a good approach on him either. So once again, they hunker down and hope that he'll do something rash and give them an opportunity. And finally, they actually get their wish. He goes scampering for a new position and Robinson gets an opening. And he even does some damage, but he doesn't put him down. He only manages to wound the alien. And unfortunately now he's gone behind cover even deeper into the construction site. So the team does the only thing they realistically can. They move forward and wait to see if he'll show his face.
Come get some. Eyes peeled, Commander.
Well, I said it before. This one is not stupid. He's alone, he's hurt, and he is not just going to come running out and show himself. So the team keeps waiting and he keeps staying still. He'd much rather they come to him and give him the free shot. So finally, Rodriguez does exactly that. She moves up and actually manages to catch sight of him. She even has a pretty decent flanking shot, but once again, it's not exactly a guaranteed kill. Cook moves up to see if he can support her, but he's not close enough to see him. She's the only one. And she doesn't have the option of throwing a grenade because he's out of range. And here's where you see the inexperience of a rookie. She just can't quite bring herself to make up her mind. Finally, Rodriguez just can't bring herself to take the shot. So she hunkers down behind the full cover. I don't know if she's afraid because she's already wounded or what. But I'll tell you, this is one rookie who better get her head in the game soon or she may not last long.
Starting to lose ground.
And so once again, the team is in a very awkward spot here. They can't see their opponent, and if they move forward, they risk taking Overwatch fire. But Robinson decides to go for it, and he hunkers down behind the half cover. But for the others, there is no easy way to move forward without being a lot more exposed than they should be.
Roger that. Scanning.
And we're about to see one of the hazards of staying in one place too long on the battlefield while leaving an opponent alive. Now in the meantime, a whole new patrol has moved forward. But Romero is paying attention and manages to drop one of those suckers before he can so much as say boo. I'll tell you folks, that's one soldier who doesn't seem to have a problem with indecision or nerves. The rest of this squad does the only thing they can, which is to check and see if they have a decent firing angle, but none of them really do. So Robinson goes ahead and decides to move up. Now, Whether he was just hearing nature's call or looking for a better angle for a shot, I can't say for sure. But he does discover the third and final alien. So he thinks about taking the shot. It's a decent chance, but far from guaranteed. Romero likewise checks, but her shot is much worse. And she's just out of range for a grenade, so that's no bueno either. And once again, Robinson thinks about it and decides to take it.
No, that is not good.
No, sir, that is not good. Fortunately for Robinson, while he won't get a chance to hunker down before the aliens return fire, he is at least behind full cover, and hopefully that'll be good enough. And now it's time to text your prediction for what happens to Robinson to 1-800-LIVE-OR-DIE, but do it fast. One lucky viewer will win an actual piece of body armor worn during an XCOM mission. And it looks like the aliens are going for blood on this one. One of them is being buffed up. Another one moves forward. And it looks like, yep, he's going for Robinson. And oh! Yes, he hit him, but it's not lethal. Can he survive the next shot? Maybe.
I'm all right.
Yes. Only the car was damaged. So at least so far, Robinson has survived. And that just proves once more we have the smartest viewers in television. You voted by an overwhelming 86% that Robinson would indeed survive that return volley. And proving that he can shake off the plasma fire, he returns fire and manages to wound the alien in turn. Romero steps up to see if she can do some damage, but doesn't really have the angle. And as is so often the case in these battles, they don't really have a clean shot, so they just try to position themselves against what the aliens might try to do. And it looks like even Rodriguez is going to come out and join the party and see if she can get in a better position as well. The aliens are apparently happy with their positioning, but kind of an odd choice given how exposed this one by the bus is. He's clearly flanked by Robinson, and woo!
Adjusting firepower over here.
So maybe Robinson is suffering from after effects of that shot he took, because he really should have had that one.
Roger. I've got my eyes on.
Got it covered. Moving
The rest of the crew decides not to challenge that alien's overwatch. They just decide to stay put. At least one alien decides he's had enough of the waiting game and instead, oh, and he nails Romero. She's lucky to still have her life after that. And she paid for taking an overwatch position instead of hunkering down. Full cover or not, these little buggers have deadly aim. Robinson, meanwhile, decides he'd rather just chuck a grenade than reload his gun.
To instruct your men to exercise restraint when you...
And sorry to cut you off there, Dr. Valen, but the reality is these men are going to use grenades when they think it'll save their lives. And I'm pretty sure the commander supports that. And I notice this time Romero isn't taking any chances. She hunkers down. Cook has moved up and he checks, but he doesn't have a shot and he's only behind half cover, so he also does the smart thing and hunkers down. And now things start to get interesting because this one decides to move forward and then move forward again. And Robinson decides that maybe it's time to go ahead and reload after all. So he moves out of sight and does exactly that. And at this point, they start formulating a plan on how to deal with the one that's moved forward. Romero makes sure she can in fact hit him with a grenade if need be. Cook moves back behind full cover so that whatever happens, he can't get flanked. And she lines it up and lets it fly. Romero's grenade served two purposes. Not only did it wound him badly, it did take out his cover, which leaves Cook a clean shot. And once again, he cannot connect. He really does appear to have been affected by that wound he took. And that just leaves Rodriguez to take the final shot. Now it's wide open at point blank range. Almost a guaranteed hit, but oh, she sprays it high and left. Is there no end to this rookie's fit of nerves? Well, there may be one end. Well, she paid the ultimate price. But this is the middle of a battle, and there is no time for mourning a fallen comrade. Cook looks at taking the shot, but it appears the commander is sending him forward to the exact position Rodriguez fired from. It appears he's trying to send a message to the squad that when he gives orders and the tactics are sound, they will execute or die trying. And Cook justifies that position by cashing in that alien. What Rodriguez failed to do, he did easily. And with that done, Robinson shifts his position slightly to try to provide cover for the rest of his teammates. With the alien just waiting for one of the squad to move forward, they're in kind of a tricky spot here. Robinson, at least, is in a position to move forward, even if it won't leave him ready to take a shot himself.
Eyes peeled, Commander.
And with that, there really isn't much more to be done other than sit tight and see if the alien will make the first move.
Overwatch.
And he actually decides to oblige. He takes a shot at Romero, but can't make it, only destroying a porta potty. And that leaves him vulnerable because now he can't take a pot shot at the first person who moves. So Robinson decides to take advantage of that by moving into the bus to see if he can get a good angle. And sure enough, he's got the flanking shot. So he knocks out the window and he puts the alien down. And with that, the area is clear and we have our first mission victory. Congratulations. Now, it is true that they lost one squad member, but as much as it pains me to say it, it was practically preordained. I'm sure she was a fine young woman, but she simply could not hit a shot. As for the rest of the squad, there were some ups and downs, but each one of the survivors has earned a promotion. Cook will take on the role of heavy, meaning he'll specialize in explosives. Meanwhile, Romero, who showed remarkable poise and accuracy, will be a sniper. And finally, Robinson, who charged forward so courageously there at the end, will take on the role of assault. All of which seem appropriate. And from there, the commander moves on to the research labs, and he has told me that he intends to pick weapon fragment research, wanting to get to laser weapons as quickly as he can. He fully intends to buy a satellite, but he's going to wait and see if he can recruit some engineers first. And with that in mind, he checks the mission board, and sure enough, there are some alien abductions. Sure enough, a quick scan of the mission board shows that the great nation of Argentina is offering 4 engineers as a reward for coming to their aid. So the commander assembles a squad, and off they go in the Sky Ranger. Thank you for watching, and please be sure to join us next episode when we'll travel to beautiful Mendoza, Argentina for Operation Lost Paramore.